Kind of dig that song. Good morning, everybody. We're live. Tallybook Troubleshooting coming to you from the Permian Basin. Tallybook Troubleshooting brought to you by Arc Energy. We process your energy. I'm Keith Stelter, your host, trying to bring a little bit of PR and lately a little bit of education in the oil and gas industry. Today, no different. I got to get maybe a few more troubleshooting stories, because that is the name of the show. But we are going to be doing a little bit of education, some good PR. We're going to be talking about LAGCOE today. Great big energy festival, not just oil and gas. I think there's a few other energies being featured at this show, but I'm not going to get too far into the weeds on that. Oh, we got comments already. Perfect. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me where you're tuning in from. We'll give the big shout out. We got CQ here. CQ, thank you very much. I'm pretty sure she's tuning in from Louisiana. That's where LAGCOE is going to be. Lafayette, Louisiana, October 19th, 20th, and 21st. Thank you, CQ. Appreciate it. Anybody else out there, let me know where you're watching from. Going to have times for questions as well later in the broadcast. We're also going to be doing something a little bit different today. Anybody who's been following my journey here on LinkedIn, if you would have told me 5 years ago I'd be doing live streams and posting all the time, I would have told you were crazy. I'm a grown man. I don't have no time for that and no ability to do that. And funny how life works out. Here I am. And along the way, while I was looking for my job during COVID, a great guy named David Gibson from the V-Door Locksmith, you might know him, gave me a little segment on his show called A Minute with Keith. So it was to demonstrate, give me 60 seconds and sometimes a wet 90 seconds. Oh, here we go. Aberdeen, Scotland. Thank you very much for tuning in. It comes up LinkedIn user because your settings are set to private. So let me know who you are. And Carl Newsom, Lubbock, Texas. Love Lubbock, Texas. Stacy Jones. Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Stacy, we taking some of your advice. You can even go look on our website now. We changed up the inventory and added a careers tab because of you. Thank you, Stacy. Really appreciate it. Greg, how's the school doing, sir? Yes, I was up in Farmington, New Mexico not too long ago. Great little place, the school energy. Go back. If you got college-age kids that aren't sure what they want to do, this is a great hands-on school with some great labs. Go check it out. Reach out to Craig. I'm sure he'd love nothing more than show some people around. Anyway, my rambling. Oh, Julie Adams, Odessa, just down the street. Man, I love Odessa. A lot of people are like, oh, you got to live in Midland. And I was like, man, I don't know. It's a little bit quieter. I would say Odessa is the Fort Worth to Midland being Dallas. I don't know. Am I right there, Julie? Let me know. Let me know if I'm full of crap. John Minyard, good morning. So, John Minyard, for those of you who don't know, used to be an instructor at the Top Gun school, like the movie Top Gun. And he gave me this great hat with a call sign, and my call sign is pipes, if you can believe that. He said it was because we deal in piping and working out, so kind of fits. Bina, excellent, perfect. We're looking forward to meeting you next week, Bina. Bina's going to be one of the featured guest speakers, I believe, talking about carbon capture and a lot of great. I don't want to spoil any of it because she's going to have questions, I think, on carbon credits and a few other techniques. Amen. I love Fort Worth. I do. One of the best restaurants I've ever been to in my life, Fort Worth, the Japanese Palace. If you ever get a chance, it's on Camp Bowie. Go check it out. Anyway, I kind of got off on a tangent there. But David Gibson helped me out by featuring me with a 1-minute little segment on his show where I pitched myself, and it ultimately led to me getting this job at Arc Energy, which, I think I've done not too bad a job for. I think I'm approaching about $7 million in sales this year. Who would have thought that Keith, the operations guy from Wireline, could sell some process equipment? It never occurred to me. And you know what? Here we are. So God works in mysterious ways, definitely, for sure. And without further ado, because I know everybody's attention span's pretty short, let's get to Sonia Eichler. Her first segment, my first attempt to having a segment here featuring, I did Pay It Forward Fridays all the time. trying to help job seekers. Well, here's another way. Sonia's looking for a job. She recently got laid off. Here's going to be her Minute with Sonia segment. Everybody, welcome Sonia. Sonia.
Good morning.
Good morning. Take it away. Let's give you the screen and see if this works out the way I hope it does. Good luck.
Okay, 10-4. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm actually from Odessa, Texas. Hello, my sweet lifelong friend, Julie Adams, and all of you that I do know and the ones I don't know, please request me and I will do the same. But again, Sonia Eichler out in Odessa, Texas, been in the oil and gas industry since 2011, and I'm bringing a solution with Sonia this morning. When I got into the industry in 11, I worked for a pump expendable company called Valtech Industries, and we were a homegrown shop here in Odessa called Hamilton Machine. We took the company, literally, we took it across the U.S. And at one point, we were struggling to meet demands out in Pennsylvania. And so, being the director of sales and marketing, I was tasked with how are we going to handle all that? What are we going to do next? And so, I went out to Pennsylvania. We were a part of the oil and gas show. I'm going to say it was 12 or 13. Timeline just kind of all jams together because that was just a moving, shaking moment in my career path. Bottom line is instead of us worrying about how we were going to get these pump expendable parts from Odessa, Texas on a weekly, I went down and just laid the lay of the land, right? Took the lay of the land in Pennsylvania. A little blown away how small Pennsylvania is coming from West Texas and Texas. Bottom line is I found us an opportunity in Picture Rocks, Pennsylvania, and got a warehouse and stocked it full of the products that were needed to meet the demand of the customers so that I could, on a moment's notice, send a truck with the products needed, valves, seats, fluid ends, plungers, everything the company was producing and manufacturing here in Odessa, Texas. We just pulled us a warehouse out together. And so bottom line, just came up with a solution on how to meet the demands of a growing company. If you're interested in anything else I have going on and where my career set is going to take me next, please friend me or shoot me a message in LinkedIn. Thanks so much, Keith.
Great. So, were you nervous? Was it enough time to get a message out there? I think you did great.
I got to tell you, I'm never nervous when I speak to people. Thank you, Jesus, for that skill set. But I timed myself. It was 2 minutes. I'm so sorry. I tried.
Don't ask David Gibson how long I went sometimes. So I think you did great. Thank you, Sonia. We'll do this again. Appreciate it. You have a wonderful day, okay?
I'll keep watching. Have a great day, everyone.
That was your moment or your minute. Maybe it was 2 minutes with Sonia. I got to come up with some cool graphics like David did for me, and definitely be one of the things we'll work on next. Terry Cook, how's it going, man? We're working on things here. Hopefully, I got some news for you in the next little while. Sir, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Now, without further ado, you're here to learn about LAGCOE, and we have 3 wonderful guests. I'm going to bring them all on at the same time. Hopefully I can keep everybody from talking over each other. I could just remove them from the screen if they get too rowdy, I think. And I'll let them do their own introductions. Welcome, Fumy. Welcome, Tully.
Hey,
welcome,
hey,
Clayton.
Hey. First and
Excellent.
foremost, allow me to introduce my people and then they can talk.
Fumy, take it away.
Because I'm so excited to have like the dream team right here, as I call them, I have Tully Blanchard, who is our board member, and of course, Clayton Wilson, who is the chair of the professionals of LAGCOE. So I'm very excited to have them. And I just wanted to pump that, before we started.
Welcome, everybody. Fumy, go give us a, quick introduction, a little bit of your background, and we'll go work it around the room.
I am Fumy. I am the Director of Operations and International Affairs at LAGCOE. And that's it. That's all y'all need to know. I'm excited about Energy Fest.
Tully, take it away.
Well, first off, thanks for having us, Keith. We're excited to be on your show. We're excited to see your success with the show. We're excited to have your boss and our fellow board member, Jason Arsenault, on our board at LAGCOE now. I've championed his name for quite a few years, and finally we got him. And I tell you, he's making a big impact. We're excited to have him and his ideas and his team along with him, and just thankful for everything you guys have done. We're excited to welcome y'all to LAGCOE this year. It's going to be a transformational expo, a lot different from years past. But a very exciting show. And just a little bit on myself. I've been on the board now for just probably, I guess, 4 years now. I've been part of LAGCOE. I started as a co-chair of an event with a good friend of mine. And of course, he headed off to the west and threw the keys at me. And so from there, I took over the clay shoots and the golf tournaments and all of the events that surround LAGCOE. And now my good friend Clayton has taken over the keys for that. And he's doing a great job. So it's been a fun ride, man. And it's been some ups and downs, but here we are. We're back home in Lafayette, and excited to bring the show back to where our roots began almost 70 years ago. And we're excited to infuse, I believe Fumy is the correct word, infuse our expo this year with all of the elements that make Lafayette, Louisiana special. The food,
Absolutely.
the culture,
The music.
And really just the people, man. We're built different down here, man. I think we all got a little Cajun seasoning on us, man. We're
Definitely. Jason Arsenault is a big proponent of supporting Louisiana and Lafayette. So it was no surprise when he said, we're working towards this. So glad to be a part of it. Clayton, take it away. Do a little introduction. Let us know where you're coming from and where you're going.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Again, Keith, thank you for having us on here. I am currently coming to you from my vehicle, parked outside of a Starbucks in Houston, Texas, actually up in the Woodlands. But yeah, I'm in Houston this week visiting with customers and trying to promote the show, and just doing my thing up here.
How's that been going? Any good feedback?
It's good. In an office this morning, they're gonna be several people from that company they'll be at the show next week. So they're excited.
Clayton is being a little bit shy, Keith, but he is, as
No
Tully
worries.
mentioned.
He's doing great. No. He's coming from a
Tully,
vehicle. Why not? You know what I mean? We're covering all the ground here, especially oil and gas and energy. We need all that energy to run vehicles. So it's a perfect example why we need shows like LAGCOE and stuff. So LAGCOE, it's not just oil and gas, right? What other energies are we talking about that are going to be featured here? Clayton.
I think we're going to have some solar, maybe some wind power, geothermal. I'm gonna push that one a little more towards Fumy. She's got the master list there.
I mean, as we say, LAGCOE is focused on energy. So anything that encompasses that qualifies as energy, we are welcoming at this show. Of course, we are still very much focused on oil and gas, but opening very much to wind, as Clayton said, solar, geothermal, LNG, hydrogen. I mean, it's hydropower. Sorry, everything.
The boss says
look,
hydrogen.
Jason said hydrogen. I just said it, Jason.
So, Tully, who are the kind of people that you're expecting to attend LAGCOE this year? Like, I know it's going to be a pretty broad base, but give me an example of some people you might know who are already planning on attending.
Yeah, so a lot of different folks are going to be showing up this year, but a lot of the traditional folks too. I think our show is going to be a pretty good reflection of what the market looks like, and that was intentional this year. We want it to be sort of a mirror, if you will, of what we're going through as an industry, both on the traditional E&P side and all of the challenges that presents. And then in particular, some of the future things that we need to tackle that are coming our way. And there's the good news is we're not new to change. This industry, right? This industry is born through change and innovation, adapt and overcome. And I suspect we're going to do that well into the future. But some of these future endeavors they have many synergies between traditional E&P and oil and gas. And so I think our expertise transfer is going to speak well to a lot of these emerging initiatives, and our assets can carry over, our people expertise can carry over, even a good bit of our infrastructure can carry over. And so that's exciting news that we're not necessarily getting pushed out, but we're getting included at the table in a lot of these discussions because they're going to need us. And so that helps us shape what that future looks like, and it helps employ our people. I think many of not just the consumer, but the regulators, the legislators, their attitudes are starting to change towards our business as they see that we are indeed a very responsible group of folks that go out and produce the energy for the world in a responsible manner, much more so than other places, if I might say so myself.
For sure. It's not 1984 anymore. The technology available to us right now is amazing in my mind. And one of my first sales was a aiming plant, that's for cleaning up CO2 to a helium company out in Arizona. So it doesn't just, energy, but, mineral utilization, a lot of different aspects can be covered just by what the oil and gas industry has to offer. We got our first question, Fumy. I'll let you take this. Terry Cook, how many exhibitors we talking about so far?
I think we still have to place some on the show floor, but close to 100. Close to 100. Again, we have a diverse pool of exhibitors on the show. So please look. That information is available on our website. You can see the show floor and you can see the list of exhibitors.
What's the website?
www.theenergyfest.com.
www.energyfest.com. That should be pretty easy. Maybe Jason can type that in the comments and I can bring it up on the screen. Maybe CQ can do that too if she's still watching. So how many speakers do you have as well? I guess that would lead to my next.
So we've got two days full of conference sessions, tech talks, training sessions, and it's a full slate along with keynotes. Matter of fact, this year I'm getting
20.
Are you getting some
feedback? Yeah.
Keith, you
feedback?
Yeah, it's echoing.
I can hear you. Yeah. Well, we stopped now. So go ahead, Tully.
Okay.
But yeah, we have like 20 speakers.
One of our keynotes this year is a guy by the name of Carlos Mendez, who is part of Echelon Front. And for all those podcast enthusiasts that watch Jocko Willits and the Navy SEAL group called Echelon Front, Carlos is part of that group. And he's going to come and speak about extreme ownership, which is obviously the book that Jocko wrote. And man, it is going to be a dynamic conversation about leadership, ownership, which is obviously not just the oil and gas business, but really all industries are leadership deficit right now. And so it'll be a great carryover discussion, one that I'm very excited about as a 10-year military veteran myself. I'm very much looking forward to having him come. But we're going to talk about a wide range of things, both obviously traditional E&P, but we're going to talk about some of the new things like hydrogen and how that merges with our traditional businesses, and how there's opportunity for many of us to go out and partner with some of these initiatives. So along with that, we're going to infuse a little bit of music and food. So it's really going to be a fun festival type environment.
So Tully, yes. Before you go into the music and food, let me tell Keith something that is unique and very cool about our show, the Energy Fest. We're providing training. And we plan on expanding this and later on in the upcoming show offer CUs and much more. We are still expanding that area, but we are also providing training at this show. So, I can't hear you. I don't know why. You were muted, Keith.
I am
Yes.
muted. That is why you can't hear me. What kind of training?
So yes, and I'll tell you, marketing, reputation management. So here's the thing: we went to operators and we asked them what were the issues that they were having, what were the problems that they were having. Based on their answers, we went out there searching for experts that could present solutions for them. And one of the things that we always hear about the oil and gas industry is we do such great things, but we don't advertise it. We don't know how to market ourselves. So LAGCOE went on and pushed on that. And we have at least 2 or 3 sessions just on marketing. Another issue that we are also facing is labor shortage, right? So we went again out there. We got the VP from Spherian coming in and presenting on ways that companies can change things. And again, this is all training so that they can go after different venues, different ways to recruit people. It goes on. Let's see what else. And Tully, you can now talk about the food and music, but I just wanted to talk about that training portion that we are offering.
Well, the reason I wanted to touch on the music is, as we traveling salespeople like ourselves, Keith and Clayton, we run into a lot of folks that often say, "Man, I've been meaning to go to Lafayette. I've heard a lot about it. I've been to New Orleans, but I haven't been to Lafayette." Well, now's your opportunity. Come and see what we have to offer. It's a very, very unique place. It was voted one of the happiest places in America, by the way. And it's just a very, very cool place. It's a tremendous influence of many, many different cultures. I know a lot of folks think of us as Cajun, but really it's a blend of many cultures. Fumy, being from where she's from, has made her home here for quite a number of years. And she's not going anywhere, so she loves it. But it's just a great place. And what better reason to come and visit us than LAGCOE, the Energy Fest?
Well, I think to speak to your point, a lot of people out in the industry, if they've been in it long enough, have worked at a Lafayette at some point. A lot of people started their careers there, and or that's where they're originally from, and now they work in West Texas or up in North Dakota or Denver, and so it's definitely a reason to go home, check out what's going on, and support where you started out, right? Clayton, let's get you in here. Been awfully quiet. What are you looking forward to? What do you want everybody to know about LAGCOE? Floor's yours.
Yes. Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to the whole show, of course, especially Carlos Mendez. Really looking forward to his talk. But
what's he going to be? Who's Carlos Mendez, and what's he going to be talking about?
He's the one, Tully kind of touched on it. He's one of the former Navy SEAL, works with Jocko Willink with Echelon Front.
Okay, yeah.
He's going to be talking about just leadership and management.
Extreme ownership. Okay.
Extreme ownership, that's right. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's a group I've followed for a long time. But another thing I'm, passionate about is the professionals of LAGCOE, and we're going to be having a couple different socials on the Wednesday and then the Thursday from 3 to 5. Again, it's where we're going to infuse some of the Louisiana Cajun heritage and the music, the food, the drinks. We have special drinks that'll be passed around. And I don't know all the things with that. Fumy could probably give you a little more information about the exacts, but really looking forward to that. We're going to have Jamie Badgeron playing on Wednesday, Terry Domang on Thursday. So looking forward to the networking aspect.
Jan Hargrave. Who's Jan Hargrave? Do you know who that is? Clayton?
Body language expert. Oh, sorry. I jumped into it. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. We were talking about training, right? We were talking about training. So Jan Hargrave is coming in. She is going to talk about negotiation body language. Again, part of training to our attendees. She's great. She participated in Bill Clinton trial. I mean, amazing, amazing. Please download the app and see all this
Yeah,
information. We have all
we
the speakers there. The schedule is there.
Craig Latch is already downloaded, as Jason mentioned. I got a question here. Are you guys, so who attends? Why? Are there times open to the public for educating just non-energy people for any of this? Like, is it open to the public for that kind of thing? I always thought that was the best for some of these shows. Allow just your regular Joe to walk in who might be curious about what this industry is really about. Are we really about killing polar bears, or is it about supplying cheap energy to, the world, right? So is there anything like that being featured, or how can people go about
So yes,
doing
they
that?
can attend. LAGCOE has always been open to the public. Always been open to the public. 2019 and this year, we are charging a nominal fee. We have added so much value to the show, and now keynotes and music, everything is on the show floor, which normally in the past didn't happen. Now is all on the show floor. So for a nominal fee, anybody can come in and listen. These sessions are, some are very technical and designed to, of course, educate the experts, but others are, like, for example, Carbon Capture 101. Those that are not familiar with it can come in and learn more about it. So it's open to the public. And the show times are available online, but registration is open every day, like October 19th, October 20th, October 21st. Registration opens at 8 o'clock, but of course the show floor opens just a little bit late, but it's open to everybody.
Awesome. Great to hear. So what are some of the music? What's your favorite music band that's going to be featured, Tully?
No doubt, Jamie Bergeron is one of my favorite. He's kind of a blend of Zydeco, Cajun, and he'll even bring in a little Otis Redding mix. I mean, he's good, and he's a headliner. He ought to draw quite a few folks. It'll be cool because usually at a trade show, all the sales guys are like, man, where's the show afterwards? Well, we're going to start the music at 3 p.m. every day at LAGCOE. So it'll be somewhere where you don't have to leave. And I'm sure there'll be after parties as well. But you'll be able to start that sort of festive atmosphere early. We'll have food vendors that are representations of Lafayette and the local culture there, showcasing some of their different foods, which obviously, if you've been here, we have the best food on the planet. So it's going to be exciting. We're going to answer the guy's question earlier about who will be here. Man, it'll be from the operator on down. It'll be really a good blend of folks, especially with the provocative discussions that we'll be having. I'm in charge of conference sessions, and we'll be talking about hydrogen. We'll be talking about geothermal plays, which many folks don't know that Louisiana and even eastern North Texas are hotbeds, geothermal hotbeds, and there's an opportunity for brownfield assets to capitalize on those technologies. So there's a lot of new things and exciting things to talk about. And there'll be operators there that we've kind of polled some of the operators, especially the offshore operators in the GOM, which are dealing with different issues than obviously traditional shale players. But, what are some of the regulatory hurdles that they have to deal with? We'll be talking about that. What are some of the risk involved? You asked, obviously they want to know what the renewables footprint looks like in the coming 30 to 40 years and how they should transition and posture their organizations. So really a lot of different things to talk about. And then to your question about if we're going to invite non-traditional oil and gas, one of our conference sessions this year is going to be from a company called Sunbelt Resources, and Pete Prados's group. They're going to come and talk about bolt-on diversification and how to finance that and how to bring in financial opportunities, because we all know that the banks are not being as oil and gas friendly as they once were. So we're going to talk about other ways to be able to sort of fund those endeavors. So it's going to include a very diverse group of folks.
And not only Keith, like we have a big panel on LNG. Jason French is coming out. Claire Abear is coming out. We also have Fernando Hernandez coming in and presenting a little bit about the opportunities in Latin America, you know, with his expertise in Guyana, in Trinidad and Tobago, in Suriname. He'll be there to discuss these things. So it'll be amazing. But before we have to tell you about energy pitch, right?
Oh,
Well,
what's that?
wait. Before that, I wanted to, you know, divert a little bit and tell you, do you know what is a hush puppy?
Vaguely, yes, I do.
Oh, well, there you go. You have to come to the Energy Fest to taste it, to try it. Not just that. We also have a LAGCOE punch. Yes. Well, it's a
What's a
LAGCOE
LAGCOE
cocktail.
punch?
Hey, I can't tell you what's in it. You just have to come and
Oh, I
taste it,
got it.
you know?
That's part of the
All these
draw.
things go,
Bringing me in. Okay, okay.
you know, we have the power pop again. If you don't know what it is, you have to come in, you know. So here's the thing. Here's the cool thing about our show. You normally go to these trade shows that, by the way, are becoming obsolete. So you need something else. You need new ways to connect people, right? We are offering you that here at the Energy Fest. You come in, you can still get education, you can get training, but you also have fun. Just walking through our show floor, you will have fun. We will have different activities going on. Like Tully said, you'll be able to taste hush puppies. If you don't know what it is, you really need to be there, you know. You'll be walking in and you will hear somebody playing the washboards or the accordion, something. So it's a whole atmosphere that you need to come and be a part of and make new memories.
And new connections, right? A lot of these
Absolutely.
conferences, it's really about the networking and get to know other people. You know, if I could go back and tell my younger self, the number one thing would be to network and get out there more, because you know, I spent a lot of time becoming a little bit of a wireline subject matter expert, and I figured that would always carry me through in my career. And in the end, it's ultimately what they say. It's not what you know, it's who you know. It really does come down to having all the connections and knowing where to go for what you need.
And you know, if you care about the future of the energy industry, you will be here. You will be at the Energy Fest, because what better place? You know, you have that party atmosphere, like you said, provocative topics, and again, connecting people, making people think about solutions, coming to all these solutions together, working together, synergy between oil and gas and renewables. What better place than the Energy Fest?
Yeah, Keith, and just to kind of expand on that, we're being intentional about trying to foster an atmosphere that's conducive to networking. We want you to be relaxed. We want you to have fun. Think of maybe like an F5 event merging with a trade show. That's kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to create sort of just an opportunity where you're kind of kick back. If you want to step up to listen to a tech talk, you can. It'll be wide open on the floor. If you want to go listen to a band but networking and connecting people is at one of our core pillows. I mean, it's really, really important to us. So we want to do a good job of fostering that environment this year for sure.
And not to mention the connections that are coming from abroad. We have Nigeria, we have Ghana, Mexico. All these countries will be represented at the Energy Fest.
Is there some of the people that are registered? Like, can you see some of that on that app, or is that something you can't? Because I know one thing, you know, the GPA does really well is you can see who's registered and be like, oh, so and so's going. So then you get, oh, very curious, and then you end up going. So just was curious if that was an option, because that was something that I really liked at the GPA. But
this is a great idea, and I think in the future we will give, because in the past our attendees, our exhibitors, yes, their information is out there, but in the past our attendees didn't want their information out there
oh,
unless they were
you don't get the email address or nothing. You just get to see who was
yeah,
there.
so I think in the future, yes, that's a great idea. We will give attendees the option to, have their name out, publicized for others to see it. But let's talk about energy pitch, or no? Oh, Tully was going to say something.
No,
Go
I'll
ahead,
say
Tully.
this: you will meet shakers and bakers, right? You're going to meet opportunities. You're going to meet operators that are active in both shale plays in the Gulf of Mexico, and you're going to have an opportunity to discuss possibly doing work with those folks in a very relaxed and fun environment. That's our goal, and we want to connect decision makers. In Lafayette, we are a very large service company hub. We also have the unique corridor that is I-10, I-49, and Highway 90 South, right to Fouchon and all the way up to the Haynesville Shale and beyond. It connects Houston and New Orleans. That all intersects in Lafayette, Louisiana. So from a service company hub and a technology hub, there's a lot of trucks going up and down our roads, even though they might end up in some of the plays that you guys hover around, Keith, more so on your end. A lot of trucks come all the way from South Louisiana. So we've got quite a bit to showcase. And it's a great opportunity to get out of the office and come spread your wings a little bit, man, and come meet some good folks, because we got a lot of great folks down here, great things to see, great things to hear about. Some of our topics, man, I'm so pumped up about some of our discussions that we're going to be having. It's just really going to be interesting conversation. We're going to do our sessions for 30 minutes, and we're going to allow 15 to even maybe beyond that for Q&A, because we know that there's going to be a lot of questions from the audience. So we've designed our panels to be a little bit short and sweet, and usher in that atmosphere of, hey, raising my hand and asking questions, because it's a lot of new topics.
So I want to tell you, I'll ask you a question, but I want to tell you about, I was writing down so I wouldn't forget. I want to tell you about the FEP tours, but I also want to tell you about the energy pitch. But you were going to ask Tully something?
No, well, I was going to try and just get Clayton. He's quiet. He's sitting there. He's got, I want to get him in there. I'm sure he's got stuff to say. Clayton, you're taking over a lot of the, I guess, events or something like clay shoots and stuff like that. Is there any of that stuff occurring around the time of LAGCOE, or is there some before, after that people can know about as well, that coordinate with?
Yeah, it's something, Tully has been trying to drag me in on, and I'm trying to get going with. Earlier in the year, we had our executive summit and followed that up with a golf tournament right after. This year, we're not doing the skeet shoot, but I believe we're going to try to get it going again next year. A lot of planning going on, but there will be lots of local events around the show. I believe we have that posted somewhere as well on the website or on the app. I'm more of an in-person type of networking guy.
You're good, man. You're doing great. I'm just, it's my job to pull it out of you and make sure, you don't feel like you're being discluded. So I know Fumy and Tully are giving it their all here. So you're being extra polite, and that's obviously, just the kind of guy you are. So it's great. No, all good. Just making sure we're not missing anything. Fumy, tell me about this pitch.
No, and Keith, truth be told, I drag Clayton. I love Clayton. Clayton is amazing. And this is all going to, I drag him to this. I was like, you got to come and talk. Because, Clayton, as he mentioned, he's the chairman of the professionals of LAGCOE. So anything that we have, by the way, LAGCOE is a nonprofit energy industry organization that stands on three very strong pillars. We promote commerce, we connect people, and the third one is we foster education. So Clayton comes in very strong at fostering education, as Tully mentioned, during the golf tournaments, helping organize, because that's where we fundraise for our scholarship. But also with Little Energizers, our program that we go to elementaries, middle schools, and talk with these kids about energy in general, you know?
That's
So
great to hear, because a lot of a lot of outside influence is trying to tell a lot of people that the energy industry is bad. So it's good to hear that, we're starting to go to where it all starts and let them know that it isn't all bad.
And not only, LACOE has programs for all the education levels. And one of those is high school, of course, and at the exposition, at the show. We don't like to call it expo anymore because it's a whole experience. It's not an expo, it's an experience, right? So at the show at Energy Fest, we're going to have the FEP tours. FEP is Future Energy Professional Tours. And we get juniors and seniors from high schools to come in, and they are guided by the professionals of LACOE. Professionals of LACOE come in, and a junior or senior also from a college. We have UL Lafayette, we have LSU coming in, and they guide them through the show. So they stop at exhibitors' booth and get a hands-on experience and talk with these exhibitors, ask them questions, and at the end, they get the opportunity to apply for the LACOE scholarships, for the FEP scholarships, which is amazing. So that's another educational program that we have.
Awesome. Great to hear. Well,
And
we're coming on 40 minutes here. I'm sure you guys are very busy. Is there any last minute pitches we got to throw out there, or any questions from anybody watching? Anything they want to learn from these great people that have taken the time here to speak about this great event? Anybody out there? Throw it out there. Fumy, let me know. What
Keith,
do
I
you
gotta
got?
know. I gotta tell you. You said pitch, energy pitch, energy pitch. How we
There's the
close our
segue.
show. How we close our show. I'm so excited because we talk about the future. This is the future. It's kind of a Shark Tank alike show. We have pitchers that come in and they pitch literally their innovation, their innovative idea to a panel of experts and investors, and the one that has the considered the best idea will win $10,000.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we've had some big success stories come out of that competition, and it's really cool the way it's set up. It's a 2-minute pitch, and then it's a 1-minute Q&A from the audience, and then you've got a panel of industry godfathers, is what I call them. And they it's a pretty arduous campaign. It's a nerve-wracking thing, and it's really fun to watch.
What day and time does that happen?
We close it on Friday
right.
at 10 a.m.
That's right. But really, really cool technologies. And like, for example, I work for a company called Billet CNC. We manufacture new technology, right? So for me to go and watch that competition and see what's coming about and get in front of those decision makers, it's a great opportunity. I'm hoping to build some of these new technologies. So I'll be there with bells on. I hope all of you guys out there will join me. And man, I'm telling you, if you come and find me, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna bring our A game this year. And when you leave Lafayette, Louisiana after the Energy Fest, I guarantee you'll be back, man. And Keith, thank you so much for having us this morning, man. We're excited and we are full of energy here in Lafayette.
No problem.
All right.
Eddie, so this is Tally Book Troubleshooting. I will, it might not happen, might not. But from shows in the past or anything crazy ever happened where you had to take somebody down or what, something? Is there anything that you could share? No names, of course. We don't need to, but is there anything from the past, that happened that you could share quickly or not? I'm going down a bad road.
What happens at Energy Fest stays at Energy
Uh,
Fest is wild.
Come
No, but go ahead,
on.
Tully.
I think you missed an opportunity.
Tully.
I will say this. We're the only show that's had an airplane land on the street in front of our expo. That's for sure. And I won't, speaking of troubleshooting, I won't mention the customer's name, but Clayton was tied up this morning at a customer, no names mentioned, but they had, let's say, a first floor to a second floor and a third floor plumbing issue. So
yeah, now we're talking. Now I like we're human too. Shit happens.
No.
Not a dirty.
that's right.
Not
No.
a dirty plumbing, just water.
No, so Tully mentioned an airplane. Let me tell you, this year we are going to have a helicopter on our show floor. So come on, innovation,
nice.
technology.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to being there next week. We'll be doing a few short interviews from the Arc Energy booth and throwing some content out there and letting everybody know who's attending and what's going on and everybody's little story, because everybody's got a little bit of a story. So you never know what can happen at LAGCOE. Thank you very much. And everybody out there, thank you to Sonia for her minute with Sonia. And until next time, everybody, that's how you troubleshoot.